Hi, it's Mike here, and I just wanted to share something with you which is quite interesting really. I think we were having lunch just kind of a few minutes ago, and the people I was having lunch with were a bit uncertain as to whether to post on LinkedIn or not, make posts on their LinkedIn. And I said, well, you should. And they said, well, what should I post? Well, let me tell you what you shouldn't post before I answer that question. You shouldn't post things that are too personal. So photographs of you in that phone party in Ibiza, not a good idea. Just making a statement that you're down the coffee shop with your homies, no, I don't think so. Or even those crazy selfies that you do, not really it. You see, LinkedIn is a professional platform, and so the key thing to remember is you should keep your posts professional, not personal. Okay, so what should you post? Well, let's look at the reasons first, because that's going to give us a clue. The first reason to post is to get interaction, because interactions are the things that create relationships. So if you want to create relationships with someone, you have to interact. And reacting on LinkedIn, just like any other social media platform, is a good start. The second reason is that you want to pass on key information about yourself. Things like how good you are at what you do. Also, if you're different, how different are you? Those three key messages are at the core of everything we do in relationship building and sales. So, what kind of posts could you make? Well, certainly if you're trying to encourage an interaction, there are three, and here they are. The first is asking an opinion. If you ask an opinion, chances are you'll get one. The second is asking a question. Again, if you ask the right question, people will answer it and chip in. And the third is asking for help. Again, you'd be surprised how many times people want to help with their knowledge and experience if you ask for it. So, if you want interaction, you've got to structure posts in order to get it. The second reason is about passing on these key messages, how good you are at what you do, and also how you're different. Now, the way in which you would do that is not to tell people that, because that's just not going to work. It looks a bit boastful for a start. But if you tell people what you've been doing, you actually tell people what you do, strangely enough. So it's okay to make a post that goes something like, oh, just off to see a client this morning to do some great work around winning new business, because that tells them I actually help people to win new clients. The same when it comes to differentials or USPs. You might say something like, I just went to see a client, amazed that I do all my work on a risk and reward basis. In my position, that's actually pretty unique. So that's a way of telling people that you do that without telling them. And the same goes for any of these different core messages. Now, when it comes to credibility, that's the really good bit about LinkedIn, because if you get a recommendation, LinkedIn puts that on your feed. But also you can draw attention to it. You can publicly thank that person for doing it, and maybe put a little quote in there of something that they've said and how flattered you are that they've said it. You see, it's actually a reinforcement that you're good at what you do, not because you tell people, but because other people have said it. So when it comes to LinkedIn, should you make posts? Yes, you should. It absolutely should. Why? Because you're going to get interactions, and you're going to reinforce those key messages of the fact that you're good at what you do, and also that you're different. Okay, don't forget, if you're watching this video anywhere else other than mikeamesonline.com, head over there, because that's where all the really cool stuff is. And until next time, as we say in Flair, if you want it, you go and get it. Take care now.